Hi everyone. I wanted to do something else besides the Rothschilds thing I've been reading. So I've had I have issues with the government in Sweden. They have kidnapped my children, so it's been really hard going to court, and I have some infection, so I'm really swollen here. But I just need to do something. Something good, produce something instead of just being angry all the time and upset and crying. So as soon as that happened, someone who I'm friends with on Facebook sent me a bunch of psalms saying that some were for personal protection, daily protection, for peace, for good fortune, for lawsuits, before going before a judge, for a good outcome from judges, and directly before a judge for grace and favor. That was the one, I think, and I was like, no, you can't even mention you're a Christian in Sweden, because like any conversation you have, if they even know you're a Christian, you will be totally dismissed. It's insane, and it's been like this since I was a child. So they will, like, if I said anything about Jesus or God, they would mock me to no end. And this is the most secular country in the world, according to what I've heard. It would not um, surprise me a bit, because I mean, that it is how it is here. If you say anything about faith, you are like you. It's better to not even say anything. Like if you're against abortion and you have something scientific to say, but if they find out, like they search on your site, if you like today, oh, it's just because you're a Christian. Like, no, I really don't think, like when they say, um, my body, my choice. Well, it's literally not your body. It's about another human being's body. And they're like, and if someone gets raped, yeah, that's highly unlikely. Like most abortions have nothing to do with rape or medical conditions or anything like that. And they go to schools and say to young kids, like, you can come to our, because they have like some youth thing, that you can go and get abortions without your parents knowing. It's like such brainwashing here from a young age. So anyways, I don't know how I got into all that, but I'm having a bunch, I had or have a bunch of legal issues. Oh my gosh, this ring light is too much. But I can't be reading in the dark. So I don't know what to start with. I will just see. I will start with Psalm 120, 120, directly before a judge for grace and favor. So she said you're supposed to know this by heart and read it like for yourself when you're there. So let me just find it here. Psalm 120 or 120, a song of degrees. In my distress I cried unto the Lord, and he heard me. Deliver my soul, O Lord, from lying lips, and from a deceitful tongue. What shall be given unto thee? Or what shall be done unto thee, thou false tongue? Sharp arrows of the mighty, with coals of juniper. Woe is me, that I sojourn in Mesech, that I dwell in the tents of Kedar. My soul hath long dwelt with him that hateth peace. I am for peace, but when I speak, they are for war. Okay, so you say this quietly to yourself before a judge. For grace and favor. And this was also included in the one going before judges, but also Psalm 5. So let's see that one. And this is from KJV, King James Version, for those of you I don't know. Psalm 5. To the chief musician upon, and I'm sorry guys, I'm Swedish as I said, so my English is flawed and I don't know how to pronounce a lot of things. So bear with me, look it up, ask someone for guidance, ask someone for the real pronunciation if you want. And I'm reading from this, my Holy Bible, KJV, King James Version. Psalm 5. To the chief musician upon Nehilat, a psalm of David. Give ear to my words, O Lord, consider my meditation. Hearken unto the voice of my cry, my King and my God. For unto thee I will pray. My voice shalt thou hear in the morning, O Lord. In the morning will I direct my prayer unto thee, and I will look up. For thou art not a God that hath pleasure in wickedness, neither shall evil dwell in thee. The foolish shall not stand in thy sight. Thou hatest all workers of iniquity. Thou shalt destroy them that speak leasing. The Lord will abhor the bloody and deceitful man. But as for me, I will come into thy house in the multitude of thy mercy, and in thy fear will I worship toward thy holy temple. Lead me, O Lord, in thy righteousness because of my enemies. Make thy way straight before my face. For there is no faithfulness in their mouth. Their inward part is very wickedness. Their throat is an open sepulchre. They flatter with their tongue. Destroy thou them, O God. Let them fall by their own counsels. Cast them out in the multitude of their transgression, for they have rebelled against thee. But let all those that put their trust in thee rejoice. Let them ever shout for joy, because thou defendest them. Let them also that love thy name be joyful in thee. For thou, Lord, wilt bless the righteous. With favor wilt thou compass him as with a shield. This was both for good outcome from judges and going before judges. So those that I read are for judges. And let's see. For lawsuits, Psalm 93. How is it in your country? Do social services or CPS go and take children unlawfully and illegally, like here? They use like the same regurgitation to any family. They just change the name and accuse us all for the same thing. Oh, a danger, we're worried. I don't even know how they want to do this job. I mean, do they actually believe in themselves, or is it because when someone shows to know more than them about the law and about rights, they just become very upset, very angry, because you tell them like what their job is really supposed to be. Like, I've read what they're supposed to read before working, but yeah. So, Psalm 93 for lawsuits. The Lord reigneth, he is clothed with majesty. The Lord is clothed with strength, wherewith he had girded himself. The world also is established, that it cannot be moved. Thy throne is established of old. Thou art from everlasting. The floods have lifted up, O Lord, the floods have lifted up their voice. The floods lift up their waves. The Lord on high is mightier than the noise of many waters, yea, than the mighty waves of the sea. Oh, then the mighty waves of the sea. Thy testimonies are very sure. Holiness becometh thine house, O Lord, forever. Maybe I should reread that. Let me reread it, if in case someone wants to pray to my wacky reading. The Lord reigneth, he is clothed with majesty. The Lord is clothed with strength, wherewith he hath girded himself. The word also is established, that it cannot be moved. Thy throne is established of old, thou art from everlasting. The floods have lifted up, O Lord, the floods have lifted up their voice. The floods lift up their waves. The Lord on high is mightier than the noise of many waters, yea, than the mighty waves of the sea. Thy testimonies are very sure. Holiness becometh thine house, O Lord, forever. See, I'm on here. Now it's for good fortune. Psalm 4. We all need good fortune. I've had the opposite lately. And, by the way, I think it's because I actually mocked the Lord. I went back to Christianity after many years in New Age. I will probably share that story sometime. And yeah, I was in the wicked ways like New Age. I didn't do anything I consider evil. I was using it for manifesting. I did card reading, like the tarot cards. When I did like a Christian cleanse in my home, that was the hardest thing to get rid of. Like, oh my gosh. Yeah. But anyways, and I've had a bunch of spiritual attacks. After that, I came across Eamon Hillman on the Danny Jones show, and yeah, my mind went straight to hell. Like, now thinking back, like, how could I even consider anything he said? But I did, and I shared a bunch of his stuff. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna learn Greek from him, and I thought he was like quirky and funny, but now I see he's just possessed. So be careful with people you follow on YouTube, and be careful that you don't stray unintendedly. But I thought about this when I was showering today. Like, I mocked the Lord. I did. So maybe that's why things are happening. Maybe it would have happened anyway. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm in like, yeah, my head is always trying to find out why. What did I do? What happened? How could this happen? So, Psalm 4 for good fortune. Here we go. To the chief musician on Neginoth, a psalm of David. Hear me when I call, O God of my righteousness. Thou hast enlarged me when I was in distress. Have mercy upon me, and hear my prayer. O ye sons of men, how long will ye turn my glory into shame? How long will ye love vanity, and seek after leasing? Selah, or Selah. But know that the Lord hath set apart him that is godly for himself. The Lord will hear when I call unto him. Stand in awe, and sin not. Commune with your own heart upon your bed, and be still. Selah. Offer the sacrifices of righteousness, and put your trust in the Lord. There may be many that say, who will shew us any good? Lord, lift thou up in the light of thy countenance upon us. Thou hast put gladness in my heart, more than in the time that their corn and their wine increased. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep, for thou, Lord, only makest me dwell in safety. Psalm 93. No, sorry. Psalm 23 for peace. No, also Psalm 7 it says here. I don't know for what, but all Psalms are good. Psalm 7. Shiggaion of David, which he sang unto the Lord, concerning the words of Cush the Benjamite. Lord my God, in thee I put my trust. Save me from all them that persecute me, and deliver me, lest he tear my soul like a lion, rending it in pieces, while there is none to deliver. O Lord my God, if I have done this, if there be iniquity in my hands, if I have rewarded evil unto him that was at peace with me, yea, I have delivered him that without cause is mine enemy. Let the enemy persecute my soul, and take it. Yea, let him tread down my life upon the earth, and lay my honor in the dust. Selah. Arise, O Lord, in thine anger. Lift up thyself because of the rage of mine enemies, and awake for me to the judgment that thou hast commanded. So shall the congregation of the people compass thee about. For their sakes, therefore return thou on high. The Lord shall judge the people. Judge me, O Lord, according to my righteousness, and according to mine integrity that is in me. O let the wickedness of the wicked come to an end, but establish the just. For the righteous God trieth the hearts and reins. My defense is of God, which saveth the upright in heart. God judgeth the righteous, and God is angry with the wicked every day. If he turn not, he will whet his sword. He hath bent his bow, and made it ready. He hath also prepared for him the instruments of death. He ordained his arrows against the persecutors. Behold, he travaileth with iniquity, and hath conceived mischief, and brought forth falsehood. He made a pit, and digged it, and is fallen into the ditch which he made. His mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down upon his own pate. I will praise the Lord according to his righteousness, and will sing praise to the name of the Lord Most High. That was Psalm 7, and now 23 for peace. Psalm of David. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me into the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen. Now, Psalm 44. Both Psalm 98 and Psalm 44 for daily protection. To the chief musician for the sons of Korah, Machil, I'm not sure. I need to learn Hebrew. We have heard with our ears, O God, our fathers have told us, what work thou didst in their days, in the times of old, how thou didst drive out the heathen with thy hand, and plantedst them, how thou didst afflict the people, and cast them out. For they got not the land in possession by their own sword, neither did their own arm save them, but thy right hand and thine arm, and the light of thy countenance, because thou hast a favor unto them. Thou art my king, O God. Command deliverances for Jacob. Through thee we will push down our enemies. Through thy name we will tread them under that rise up against us. For I will not trust my bow, neither shall my sword save me. But thou hast saved us from our enemies, and hast put them to shame that hated us. In God we boast all the day long, and praise thy name forever. Selah. But thou hast cast off, and put us to shame, and goeth not forth with our armies. Thou makest us turn back from the enemy, and they which hate us spoil for themselves. Thou hast given us like sheep appointed for meat, and hast scattered us among the heathen. Thou sellest thy people for naught, and dost not increase thy wealth by their price. Thou makest us a reproach to our neighbors, a scorn and a derision to them that are round about us. Thou makest us a byword among the heathen, a shaking of the head among the people. My confusion is continually before me, and the shame of my faith hath covered me. For the voice of him that reproacheth and blasphemeth, by reason of the enemy and avenger, all this is come upon us. Yet have we not forgotten thee, neither have we dealt falsely in thy covenant. Our heart is not turned back, neither have our steps declined from thy way. Though thou hast sore broken us in the place of dragons, and covered us with the shadows of death, if we have forgotten the name of our God, or stretched out our hands to a strange God, shall not God search this out? For he knoweth the secrets of the heart. Yea, for thy sake are we killed all the day long. We are counted as sheep for the slaughter. Awake! Why sleepest thou, O Lord? Arise! Cast us not off forever. Wherefore hidest thou thy face, and forgettest our affliction and our oppression? For our soul is bowed down to the dust, our belly cleaveth unto the earth. Arise for our help, and redeem us from thy mercy's sake. Yeah. So, I'm done with these suggested psalms. Thank you, Sandra, if you watch this. I love you for giving me all this, and for being a light in this dark world. And for anyone having these legal struggles, that is definitely all about power and money, and money, because there is no I had this in the Bible to mark a page, so, and I try to hide it, but all the hidden things will come to surface. So yeah, I hope that anyone with legal battles that are just unjust, that the Lord will come and deliver you from all iniquity and all unfairness, and all these psychopaths working in the legal fields who are so abusive with their imagined power. They're like playing house in their jobs. Like, oh, I'll be the police and you be this, and I'll be the mom and you be this. I mean, the world is like that. Men playing moms. When here in Sweden, when you have kids, you have to like write up, if you're not married, which I have never been. Well, if you have kids, you have to go and meet someone like a social worker, and they will write who's the dad and stuff like that. And she asked me, "Are you a woman who gave birth?" And that was like new from last year. I have 4 kids, and I was like, "Who else can give birth?" And she was like, "Well, men can also give birth." And I was like, "No, they surely cannot." Or whatever, men, I don't know what she said, but the world is ridiculous. Like, a kid is smarter than these people because they are trained to be stupid. Like, and I hope they see this. Yeah. And if you get angry, then you're a danger. Like, they can kidnap kids and you're supposed to not get angry. That is just amazing. Incredible. I hate Sweden now. I think it's the worst country in the world. The worst everything. Everything is ugh. Okay. I'm I'm very biased now. So I'm tilted to one side, but honestly, it's terrible what they do. Like, kids actually die in their care. And if you're a mom who really cares about your kids, they will use that against you. So, for all enemies watching this, having a laugh, yeah, have a laugh. Your day will come too. Oh, and they take anything as a threat. So, yeah, it's terrible. They reported me to the police for death threatening them, which it wasn't. It was my expression of opinion. But yeah, I don't know. I've never seen a judge who actually judges anything. They just whatever they said. So let's see. This must turn around. This must have a good end. It just must. And if you're going through it, it just must have a good end for you too. It has to. It has to end good. Okay. Bye.